welcome. Coming up on today's Retro Robbins show, we've got our usual dose of Commodore vs Spectrum, and we're going back to this issue across here from 1989, issue number 63, as well as we're going to have a look at this game, and we're going to have a look at that game, which on about my fourth go I ended up completing live as well. Unbelievable. So, if you love a bit of 8-bit, well, join me now for the Retro Robbins show. It's a whole bundle of fun for the weekend. Hello, welcome to the Retro Robbins show with me, Wayne Retro Robbins. So, if you love a bit of 8-bit, well, you're in the right place. What's on today's show? We're going to have a look at some more games that I've had arrived. Yeah, a package of 4 great games I haven't got to play yet. More to add to my extremely massive collection. Oh dear, must stop one day. Also, we've had an update with the Spectrum Next Issue 2 Kickstarter. Yep, they're doing the testing, they're ironing out the bugs, and we're getting closer. And yeah, you can of course catch up with that on the Spectrum Next. Big thank you to the Centre for Computing History who've sent me some goodies through which I'll be able to display. Don't forget that museum is one that we need to keep and support, so please book yourself a ticket to go down, pay it a visit, even sit in the class with loads of BBC Spectrums and be schooled again by Jason and one or two of the great team. They do some great work there, to be fair. Also on today's show, we've got Crash number 63, April, where the Crash magazine was £1.60. We're going to re-review some games from out of that particular Crash magazine. It's easy for me to stutter and say. And what else? Oh yeah, more Commodore vs Spectrum goodness. That's right, where we're going to compare the same game from the Commodore to the Spectrum to see which version is the best. So, without hanging about or holding on too long, let's move on with today's show and review the first new game that I've come in the post today. Yep, this game came out in 2017, and of course I've got the original cassette here now, which, oh, should we just zoom up? Bing! There we go. That is a cassette. You've got it in the mirror image, of course. I can't really turn that around with the two cameras. They're on the back of each other. It's got the artwork of Oliver Frey, and extra graphics was provided by Simon Butler. Let's put you back to the main screen. I thought we'd give it a play. Obviously this is not the actual game, this is just the loading screen. A couple of minor details that just bugged me when you were loading it off tape is that when you're loading this game via tape, you get the black across the actual loading screen. That's why I've stopped it at that particular point. If I was to carry on loading it, the next program header goes over the loading screen. Well, you know, if you're going to do a loading screen like that, I know it's even though it's words, why have it ruined straight away with a black loading header? Let's, for example, show you. You'll probably just get the sound of that coming up now. So what can I tell you about this game? Well, you've just basically got to drive yourself through caverns and survive, avoiding missiles, etc. The game itself, I've given it a good play. There you go. You can see what I mean there. Going back to my previous point, black line straight across the loading screen. Not very good. Bit, you know, it's what's happened with people and saving games. At one time, when people used to save games to tape, they used to be quite inspiring, you know, they used to be inventive. Look at the way Cobra loads, Technician Ted. Well, now it's just plain and boring, like no inventiveness anymore, which is a shame. We've lost the art of loading games via tape in shall we say, speed lock loaders and uncustom loaders. Do you know what I mean? I still like doing that. I've already got the code written down and I'm ready to save it in my own way as a hyperloader and with the way the screen does. But that's just me, that's the sort of thing I enjoy. Right, let's have a look at this game and give it a play. And do apologise, last week there wasn't a show, however I'm going to try and make up for it this week. As always, of course, with the Retro Robbins show, everything today is run on real hardware. We'll have sound clash in a minute as well, so what I'll do is I'll just pause this sound before loading this snapshot. And there we go. It's got AY sound. I've loaded the 128K version off the tape. Yeah, I shall have to go back to that because the sound effects in these remind me a little bit of Exelon, you know, the sound of the shooting sort of thing. We can set up, which we'll do now. That means I can define the keys, which is definitely going to be a good idea with a rubber keyboard, because the space is slightly in the wrong place for me. Now what shall I have for pause? I'll add that one for you. And, okay, no. There you go. Little names list. Quite easy to get yourself on the score sheet with this game, because you've not got to score a lot. In fact, if you get through the first level, which I have done, you will be top score. So, reasonable score sheet for you to target at. Perhaps a little bit too easy even. Maybe that one should be nearly 2,000, who knows. Okay, let's get some sound back on and play the game. We're going to go for keyboard. We're not going to use joystick. Right, there we go. This is your little ship. I like the little bits at the bottom, which is representative vapours from the thrust of your vehicle. You don't have to kill every monster, you can avoid them. However, I like to just destroy everything in sight, to be honest. Now the trick here is you've got a missile there that'll launch straight away. So you just got to sort of get him to launch and destroy himself before you proceed to the next screen. And I'll just blow all these up. Well, that section's pretty easy. It's a nice looking sprite, isn't it, really, for a ship. And I enjoy the look of the background as well. Feels like you're going through a futuristic... oh, this can be quite difficult, because not only have you got to get their missiles to launch, you've got to avoid the bullets. So let's just tuck out of the way for a second. We're doing okay here. It can be a little bit confusing because the vapours of the exhaust there can make you think it's one of those bullets if you're not careful. Got him. Well, now that should be fairly easy. We can get to the next screen. Now there's they actually do fire at you, and it'll fire in the direction that you fire in. So what I tend to do is destroy them first. That's it. Yeah, as I say, you could have just flown straight onto the next screen. Once you're in the screen though, you can't go back. It's sort of a one-directional thing. It gets a little bit more difficult, but it sort of varies in its difficultyness between screen to screen. It suddenly gets really difficult fast, and then gets a little bit easier, and then gets difficult again, and then gets easier. But it's... There you go. Once you've got that out of the way, that's... And I've got 5 lives to start with. Doing good, we're doing really good. This bit can be quite tricky. Oh! I got distracted by my badge falling off there. It's just warp speed to another dimension. You'll start there, you won't fall back down to the next screen. There you go. Just a quick avoidance game, really. And you've got to time that quite well. Oh, I turned round, but I crashed myself. There is a little trick to that, actually. Just hide there. These are more rockets. There we go. I've lost 2 lives already, but I'm doing okay. You can tell I've done a bit of playing, haven't you? This bit can get quite tricky as well. But I think if you go up to the top, there we go. Managed it. Hopefully we'll get to the end of a level for you. Now there's something you can't destroy there, because no matter how many times I've tried to fire my bullets at that, I was unable to destroy it. You've got to time your bullets now to destroy those two objects in the background, which is not easy because there's one down anyways. Two, okay. And we've made it through that section. Don't worry about that one, it'll just crash anyway, so yeah, I'm doing okay to be fair. It's a great game, I've got to give it its due, but it's let down by a couple of things. First of all, the wait loads. That doesn't affect the gameplay, so I don't really count that as a problem. I'm down to my last one already. This is the 1 to 8K version. And now I can understand. Oh, there's my high score. And of course I'll be top so I can put retro. Oh, I forgot the S. There we go. And now we should see my high score. Okay, so what lets it down is the fact there's no real sound in the game. If it's a 1 to 8K version, there was a couple of banks they haven't used. Bank 5 for instance. They could have put some sound in the game to give it an atmosphere. I provided a voice sound in the background via the toast rack today. I normally tell you this, don't I? So, apart from that, I would have given it a very high score. Little details. Let it down just a bit. I'm going to say it's worth a go. I enjoyed playing it. Yeah, definitely very playable. Challenging enough, but not ridiculously difficult, because I have got off the first section. You get to the end and then it'll start all over again. You'll try and work your way through a little maze if you like, or through the cabins or whatever you want to call them, and get to the next level, and that's basically the game. Yeah, a voice sound. So what I'm going to give that a mark as? I'm going to give that a mark of, I'll give that a 7.5 out of 10. And if it's a had background music, I'd have probably added an extra 1 to that easily. 8.5. Yeah, but 7.5 out of 10, which is an unusual rating, but it's not bad at all. I enjoy playing it. It's just that finishing touches to a game that sometimes can make a big difference. They don't have to be graphically brilliant to be great games. They can be really enjoyable by the actual gameplay themselves, but because you've got a 1 to 8K version, why not have background music? And as always, the Retro Robbins show is supporting the Centre for Computer History. As you can see my little badge there, thanks to Jason for sending me some goodies through, which was great. And also, if you two want to email the show, my email is just down there below right now. There we go, got the link up for you. If you'd like me to review any of your games, please send me an email. I'll definitely reply to it, and I'll happily review your games for you. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next game then. Robot 1 in the Ship of Doom. What you've got to do in this game is you're a robot that's been abandoned on a spaceship, if you like, Starship, maybe, who knows, it could be SpaceX. And of course it's on a collision course to the sun. So you've got to go around a lot, another platformer, different levels, collecting 4 keys to activate a teleportation device to get you off the ship and make your escape. Difficulty? This one is not too bad. In fact, it's quite a good game. The good thing is, when it's loading, the loading screen doesn't have the thing go across it and ruins the picture, but it's a very nice loading screen indeed. I consider that very good artwork. A couple of things to say about these cases that you get from this particular producer. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you the case artwork, which is there. And there's the producers, of course. Everything they do is on a printed case with the printed cassette tape inside. It's very solid, nice cardboard, very good quality printing now. I really like that. It's really nice. It's better than some of the games back in the day which had a flimsy bit of paper inside it. So this is the Game I've hacked version, which is mean I've found a poke to add extra time. I can do that sometimes. Takes some working out when you're working cheats out, and it can take quite a while. But I wanted to show you the loading screen with the game loaded, but unfortunately I forgot to put the CLL statement in, so you get this. And I'll pause this in the background because the music for this is fantastic AY tune. And you'll probably hear it in a minute. Let's just move the microphone a little bit closer. And your keys are Z, X and P, which is all you need. 3 keys. I like games with 3 keys. This is one you'd like, CJ. TJ. CJ. TJ. Wasn't there an 80s program? TJ Hooker. Starring Captain Kirk. I remember that. Back in the day. Excuse me. Right. Actually, what I've just said is there. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll load another version of this. Without that, I've done the same one. No, I don't want that snap version. I'll play it without the cheat in it, basically. Okay, so we get to listen to the tune again. And this plays throughout the game, which gives it an atmosphere all of its own. So we're going to give it a go, and then we'll give it a rating. There's you're that little ship there, or robot, sorry, not ship, robot. I'm losing the plot already. We can come back round that way in a minute. That little plug is a charging point because you've got energy that runs down, and if it's in the bottom right hand corner there, whenever you see one of them, you can charge up. Collect these little tape discs. I don't know, they look like little cartridges. Remember, the timer is counting down, so you haven't got really much time to hang around. We've already got the first item. You see those little blue where you've got a square, circle, triangle and a cross? Charge up a second. This should be the square one, and it lights up to say that we've collected that. And we need 4 of those in order to teleport ourselves out of the picture. Now, yeah, it is a fairly basic game. It's really fair on the collision control. Very nice looking sprites indeed. Oops. I think I should have gone the other way first, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's like the reverse of those crushers they used to get. No, we don't want to go that way. Okay. No, we do. We can only go that way. There we go. My power's running down. Remember, you keep an eye on your power. Now, I know if I walk across this, it's going to get me, isn't it? That's it. Ha. And I've only got one so far. There's the other one. Oh dear. Paying too much attention on one thing. I forgot to... we got 2 actually. Get my power back up. I got 2. And I've got another game in the same series that I'm going to review as well in the next episode of the Retro Robbins Show. I'm saving that one now. It's a sequel, or it could be the prequel to this one. Not sure which order they came out in, but I just know that I've enjoyed playing this one, even if I am rubbish. Oh, 2 minutes 40. I've got 1 more to collect. Oh no! Run, Forest! Oh yes. Oh, I see, I've got to move my way up there. Yeah, I've been that way, haven't I? So back this way then. Will I do it in time? Yes. Oof. I don't think committing suicide. Now what we're going to do is find a teleportation place, I believe. Although I've not done this well before, which is rather unusual considering I'm the one playing the game live to not have actually have lives left. I like the little window with the space and the stars flying past in the background. And ooh, yeah, we didn't go this way, did we? So this must be where you've got to go to. Could that be where I need to get to? Oh my life! Oh hell! Well done! Well, I didn't want to complete it that easy, but that's the game. It's a short one. Okay. Oh, I've broke it. Well, let's return some sound. That's a bit loud, isn't it? As always. What do I think of the game? Considering it takes so long to load, it's such a short game. I mean, I've done it in the 5 minutes you managed to do it. But definitely a good game. I purchased the original copy of it, and sprites are well done, great sound, very playable. Oh, just a bit too short. Now if you add follow-on levels to that, which would be nice. Stop messing around, Wayne. Okay, right then, let's move on. I have not got this game, but I've seen it, so I'm going to show you a video clip. I don't often do that. I don't show video clips, but in this case, I thought this game looks so good, and it's based on, I would say, the Mandalorian TV series. Coming up next, I'm going to show you a video clip, so bear with me while I change the camera scene. So here's a game based on the Mandalorian, the Star Wars series that was on Disney, of course. And I like the look of this game. I like games that move with the times. And the graphics are quite amazing. And this looks like it's going to be available for the Spectrum soon. I believe it's a game still in production now. But yeah, it looks like a platformer with a little bit more to it. Also, the sounds on the actual sound effects do sound like Amiga, if you know what I mean. You can very barely make that out in the background, very quiet. No real colour clash as I know of, but there are some things that don't make sense, which means it can't be quite for the Spectrum. Like, as you know, you can only have paper and ink, a 2-colour palette in one particular, unless you've got clever interrupts. So I can pause this at any time. But I thought, well, you know what? I'm looking forward to this game. It's definitely one that I want to purchase. So it's up there with a great looking Star Wars game, and certainly does look like it's well done. I mean, even the little things of the robots, how they've not avoided the colour clash, I don't know. Whether this will become available for the Spectrum or not, I don't know. But definitely one to keep an eye out for in the future. And yeah, it looks completely like a Spectrum game, but it's got to be so much clever coding on there not to get any colour clash. If it is going to be for the Spectrum, but yeah, one to keep an eye on for. A different view. Do you remember that monitor from years ago? Well, not years ago, from last year. I was using this particular monitor, but I changed over to that monitor up there because it was a slightly brighter and clear colour. In the meantime, let me just pause this for a second. This is the Crash issue that we're going to be taking some re-reviews out today. And there's the cover, of course. Just display it for you. I have got this magazine in my collection. However, because I don't like taking them out of the boxes that I keep them in too often, I'd rather show you the image on the computer screen so as you can see it there, because I just don't want to get them damaged, because to me they're priceless, and they're a part of my particular childhood that I suppose if you've got these things you should use these things. But this one is suffering with the effects of age. So obviously I've been through this one, reading through it a few times, and there's always something new in Crash magazines. Even the earlier issues, there's always something you forgot about or you've missed. So that's why it's good to have a collection of original magazines. I know you can get the whole catalogue on a disc, which I've got, but there's nothing beats having the original, does it really? Fortunately for me, I've got all the cassettes which were donated to me from the Crash magazines in a lovely, on all the freebies. And I've got some Sinclair programs, your Sinclair user. The Sinclair program ones were the great ones in the day, where you actually got the programs in the game you had to type out yourself, only to find out there was a typing error and things were going horribly wrong. So let's move on to today's first re-review. Crash number 63, and we're going to have a look at Super Trucks. Elite game, of course, came out at £7.99. Disc was £12.99. So let's have a look at the rating that Crash gave it in this particular magazine. Well, presentation was given 65%, graphics was given 67%, sound was a dismal 36%, playability was 60%, so that's just over halfway, let's say. Addictive quality is 52%. I couldn't understand how they could ever get a difference between those two ratings, because surely playability and addictive qualities would be roughly linked. Anyway, its overall rating was about halfway, 52%. But before we do this, I'm just going to pause the AY sound here, because we'll enter the game straight away. This has AY sound in the version, because I've loaded the 1 to 8K version. I wish my chair would keep still. And there's the game. Do stick. No. Press fire to go. Okay, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to give it a go and tell you what I think of the game itself. Good thing is, excellent move straight away. It's always a thumbs up for me when you can redefine the keys. And usually with game as simple. That must be the map that you must have to go around. It does look kind of not interesting, doesn't it, really? So 52%. Are you going to get better than that? Ah, it's a racing game. I think I've played this before. Well, the suspension's really bad on that wagon. I've got to be honest, that's quite... Oof, not too bad. It's not ridiculously hard to stay on the roads. Although it's got to be a bumpy road according to that. Oh, the collision control's ridiculous. Was I anywhere near that then? Oh, have you got an arrow at the top there? It's telling you which direction he's coming up. Got a straight ahead, of course. Which means I'm on straight. And hopefully that arrow will change when I'm coming to a bend. I've got my speed counter and my score is going up slightly. And now we can see we're going to go for a left turn. And a quick right turn, and then we're going up a slope as well. Oh, that's clever. Okay, it's not too bad. I like this. I can understand why the sound is a bit disappointing, but it's the sound of the engine. Collision control's a bit offish though. I was nowhere near. Ah, we can choose a direction. It's a little similar to Outrun, that, isn't it? Where you can choose a different direction. I've got to another stage. The colour changes, so good. We've got an extended play. Remember, this is the very first go I've ever had of this game. Although it does remind me a little bit of a few different games, so it's obviously working off the same type of game engine. But it's not too bad to stay on the road. And I should think at 125 kpm, that's quite fast for a wagon. Shouldn't they be limited at 65? I know 56, isn't it? 65. Oh, we go over 4. Let's go that way. Oh. I need a sat nav. Tell me which way to go. Okay, let's have a look. The scrolling's not too bad at all, really, is it? It's quite easy to stay on the road. That's the part. I was nowhere near the edge of that. Collision control lets it down a little bit. I wouldn't say it's unfair. I haven't really tried to avoid them. See, there you go. They do just literally come up on you quite quickly. So I'm crashing endlessly here, and I haven't even had a chance to get going yet. That bit lets it down. I do like the background though. It's very varied, isn't it? You know, the way the rotation of the screen goes on the back. I think this looks like a bit of a fair or Ferris wheel, and some skyscrapers in the background. Once again, I'm not happy with that collision control. But I haven't crashed yet, and it's letting me carry on. So, slight change again. Am I going to run out of time? Yeah, time over. Okay. Did I make a high score? Oh, I did, really. I can only have 4 letters. And what do you do to enter it then? Okay. Who cares? Right, that was given a 52% overall rating. I thought it was quite good, actually. I thought it was better than that. Yeah, from that first play, it's quite easy. Easier than most racing games to stay on the track. What lets it down a little bit is the collision control. Graphically, it's nice. Don't understand why the wagon's constantly bouncing. That wouldn't be normal, but you know, you could understand it tilting to the left if you're turning left, or tilting to the right, you know, on 2 wheels even as it goes around the bend, because these wagons would do something like that. But honestly, I would have said it was better than 52%. On that occasion, I'm going to give this a marks out of 10, of course, as I always do on the Retro Robin show. And because I thought it was better than 52%, I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. One for you to try. Maybe you've played that before in the past. Who knows? Could be a hidden gem. But yeah, it's a lot more playable than they give you credit for. So, let's move on to the next re-review. Next game, Superman the Man of Steel. Tying off £7.95 and £14.95 for disc. Be warned, this didn't get a great review, I'll tell you that for free. Presentation 40%, graphics 38%, sound 67%, playability 37%, addictive quality 32%, overall rating then was 35%. I did say it didn't get a very good rating, didn't I? So, okay, let's have a look at the game, find out which file we want to use. We'll use the tap file. We'll go to one's vacation, get a brief look at any particular loading screen if there is one. Which there isn't. Okay. Very average. Okay, so we can select. We'll select Kempston, and then we'll go to start game. Interesting. Right, press fire to continue or R to reselect. Okay. Very basic font, isn't it? They haven't done anything special there, have they? So, oh, sound clash. We got a bleeper sound from 1988. By the way, the magazine that we're reviewing, number 63, obviously was 1989, so this was the year before it finally got its review, and the magazine itself was £1.60. Have I missed anything? Probably. Copyright DC Comics. Well, it's not totally dreadful beeper sound. It's just let it play it a little bit just to get a feel for it. Oh. It's quite a long beeper sound intro, isn't it? Super Retro Robbins. I know. You don't have to think it, I can hear it. Oh boy. I feel like doing a twirl in my chair. Hurry up. That must be the full cycle, it must be on repeat now. Anyway, enough of that. Let's give this game a go, shall we? And, yeah. Right, we've got a target figure and I presume we've got to shoot these. It's a little bit jerky, very slow moving. I presume I hit him. I can't tell if I'm hitting them or not, but I can tell when I've been hit I'm falling. Okay, there's some sort of porthole that these bad guys come flying out of. In their own right, Superman. I've got him because he turned black, didn't he? So I did shoot him okay. I can see there's 4 things there that you must have to. I wonder if I run out of bullets. Well, I've got 1. Have I got a certain amount of bullets? I believe so. And now I can't fire at all, so it must be just an avoidance game. Oh no, I can. Can we destroy them before they come out? Oh, there's a ship that's come out of the portal now. Oh no, it's them flying in reverse, is it? Okay. I get you now. Oh no, you do not fire that green stuff at me. Oh. In the movie, Superman can fly through rocks, so I shouldn't worry about hitting the floor, shall I? Shall we see if we can die if we hit the floor? Okay, I'm going to hit the floor. Yeah, Superman gets affected by trees, yet he can fly through molten lava in the movie. How ridiculous. Nice to know that they're good to the comics. There's something on the floor. Oh, it's... I've still got to destroy that guy, but I can't seem to get down, move enough. Oh, this is dreadful. It's not even that good. I've seen enough of this game. I can give it a review already, I think. Definitely not. Would be definitely not a hidden gem. You can't even fire them as they're coming out. You can't even shoot them as they're coming out of that porthole type thing. Oh look, I'm flying sideways. You can fly left and right. Yeah, that usually works. Now I can't fire, so it's obviously in a... I've either run out of bullets or I've got time limit going down, so I've got to probably get to the end without getting hit, which is probably easier said than done. So yeah, but I'll be honest, I'm bored now. Okay. Chuck me can on the floor. Stay. It landed perfect. Half a can of pop landed perfect. Just got a bit of mopping up to do. What do I think? Well, yeah, let's be honest. Crash was spot on there with 35%. I don't see the point. It's just dull. It looks like one of my windows is closed, though I've got no bullets I can use. Whether you can change our weapons or not, I don't know. Oh, you can get more bullets back, can you, by pressing enter? Well, I didn't know that, did I? You just don't seem to be able to die either, because I suppose that's a good thing, really. I'm just flying along, and I presume you can fly that way as well later on in the stages of the game. But what do I think of that game? There's your answer. 3 out of 10. Spot on, Crash. You was right there. Let's move on to the next game. Motor Massacre. Ooh, went a bit loud there. Okay, what can I tell you about this game? Well, it's interesting game, to be honest with you. It's by Gremlin. £7.99, disc £12.99. The ratings was presentation 36%, graphics 29%, sound 25%. Ooh, these are low. Playability 34%, addictive qualities 27%, overall ratings 29%. We're going to load the Z80 file and we're going to go for the 1 to 8K sound, so I better pause this sound early because I know this is going to have good sound, I've been told. Great loading screen. That's not a bad start at all, is it? That's pretty good. Okay, so I presume now it's loaded. 1988 again. And there's the name of the game scrolling across in rather huge letters. And it is stereo sound as well. I can tell because I've got speakers both sides, which is pretty good for 1988. Wow, stereo sound. So it would have been off, probably worked better on the Plus 2A and the Plus 3, which had a stereo sound more than the mono sound of. It was a mono sound, I'm sure it was. The Toast Rack had a mono sound, didn't it? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, I better do my research on that bit. Just let it play through a little bit with the tune. It's not sounding too bad at all. We can define keys while we're here though, which is good. So we've got left, right, braking down, accelerating up. So it's going to be a maze type game obviously, and the fire key. Now what tends to happen with these type of games is you'll have a great AY sound in the game, but they won't neutralise the capacity of a 1 to 8K by having sound in the game itself other than shooting. So it wouldn't surprise me when I start this game it goes very quiet indeed and all you've got is the sound effects. If that happens, I'm sticking some background music on because this video would be very dull if it was just me talking all the time. It's an okay tune, it's never all there, it's a bit all over the place, but let's start the game. And as I suspected, let's get some sound on. Oh dear. Quiet. Better. Bit of Death Wish 3 in the background. That might be the appropriate tune for this. Oh, goodness me. Right, you've got to press up to go up, but then your acceleration's too harsh. Oh, it's not very easy to control. It's dreadful to control. Oh, you've got to turn all in one go, I see, okay. Yep, it's not going to be easy. I presume that is a mine and it gives you damage, so okay. And you can get damage just by crashing into, and we got somebody we can shoot. Oh, we got a car, that's great. We're getting a few cars. No entry. Okay, why not? This is where they all come from. Okay, if you want to get a high score, just stay here and shoot everything in sight. Right, the problem is your directions are also your acceleration for your up and down. If you go, you rotate left and you rotate right. It doesn't say that in the actual intro. It says left or right, but it's actually rotate right and accelerate and then forwards and reverse effectively. And you can really pick up speed quite quickly. So yeah, it's quite difficult to control, and I've seen enough. I don't like they're supposed to be buildings, and you're supposed to have a bird's eye view of that. Unusual use of just red, but it did kind of hint at that. The logo at the start, it was all red. Nothing's happening, fuel's running down. You can just shoot cars, whether that's the idea of the game, you just shoot as many cars as you can. Gunning's at 20, ATV, all-terrain vehicle then, I take it. So Crash gave that a rather dismal 29 overall rating, percent overall. Doing it at a marks out of 10. I'm going to give it a slightly higher one just because the intro was quite good, the logo was quite good. The game itself lets itself down. There's no sound in the game, unfortunately. That's why I provided that in the background. Give it a rating. I'm going to say that's a 4 out of 10 to be fair. And that's more than Crash gave it, but I wasn't that impressed, and I'm still not impressed. Well, at least you don't get some silly little explosion, but you'd have to be playing it quite a while to get any. There's a couple of hours there, so I presume you can go underneath here, look. Yeah, okay. Different section to the game. Yeah, I didn't know you could do this. This might alter me rating a bit, because you're not just a car killing things, are you? So, can you go through that door? Do I need a key? Well, I can see there's something there. Am I meant to be killing these boys? All like they do the silly little spinny things, they die. You've fallen to your death. Definitely 4 out of 10. Okay. Last episode, which was a couple of weeks ago now, due to a personal situation, I haven't been able to do a retro robbing show last week. I do apologise. Commodore redeemed themselves from a series of defeats by Spectrum with a victory, and a conclusive victory at that. Let's see how they do today with some more Commodore vs Spectrum right now on the Retro Robbins Show. Arms is the game we're going to compare today. This is the Commodore version we're looking at first. It does have a demo in the meantime, and then we'll have a look at the demo. Actually, I'll let the demo play through a little bit. This is the Commodore version. But we don't want to just play the demo, we want to actually play the game. Grab hopefully the right joystick. F7, what's that mean? Easy. Moderate, easy, difficult. Yeah, okay. Oh, not bad. Just an explosion. There is a theme in the background. It's been a while since I played the Spectrum game, but I used to play it a lot in the day, and shoot them up. I remember you had to click power up and everything on the Spectrum once you collected them. These seem to be missing. Doing okay though. Oh, it plays okay. Do you know, the problem I have when I'm doing this sort of thing is I've got the joystick loose in my hand and really it needs to be anchored to something. Is that me dead already? Surely not. Yeah, well, the word game over's there, Wayne. Do the maths. Oh, come on then. There's a power up. And as soon as I got the power up, I need to put this joystick in. This is better. Sorry about the camera wobble. Wow, well advised. I want to pair up. Oh, come on. You could have given me that. What's that thing? How do you get the power ups? I've killed them all. It's pattern recognition, isn't it, really, this sort of game? Oh, there's a guy. There's a guy in the water. Oof. It's not offering very many power-ups, is it? And it's game over again. Okay, so let's have a look at the Spectrum version and see which one is the best. Let's put some sound on. Oh no. That's a bit loud. Bear with me. Right. Should we load the Z80 or snapshot? I think Z80 will do. Why not? And there's the introductory screen there. Sorry, while I'm just out the picture, adjusting a bit of loud volume. Interesting enough, we can have Kempston joystick. We can redefine the keys. These are R4 keys. Doesn't say you can redefine them. ZX are the keys, left and right, and no, I think I'm going to definitely go for the Kempston in this case. Interesting, this one came out in 1987, was it, for the Spectrum? I remember this coming on the, I think it was given on one of the Crash magazines. If not Crash, it might have been your Sinclair, or Sinclair user. That's when I first got hold of the game, before I played it a fair bit in the day. Let's see if I can remember those Tekka skills that, straight away. Ah, look, throwaway power up. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a bit unfair. Good thing is the rapid fire's good. You can actually blast it better than the Commodore one. And I'm facing the wrong way again. I died so quickly. Why did Retro die so fast? Well, it's because he's rubbish. That's constant firing from... Oh no, I'm not going to get that one anymore. I want a pair up, please. I nearly had one just. I've got 2 power-ups now. That's better. 2 weapons is a lot better than 1, so I can really blast them now. And when you get a load of rotation things, look at the firepower of this Spectrum. I remember this. Did you get in? Wow. And I think you go downwards now, I'm sure. Well, sidearms, I've just completed there, the first level, and yeah, I knew you go down, so... Change the background colour. And you've got things that shoot you out the wall, haven't you, so... Definitely doing better on the Spectrum than I was on the Commodore. And we go across all, I think we go across now. So. The key to this game is make sure you get them power-ups. Once you get them power-ups, it becomes fairly easy. now I'm down to one power up. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Commodore one again and briefly, because this is not going to be easy. It's a little bit bigger screen, interesting background, not as quite, there's a power up, if I can get the power up I'll be happy. Oh, as soon as I get the power up I'm dying. I need some weapons please. Oh, it's too sensitive with the joystick. Okay. This one's hard because the Spectrum, I like the colours of the Commodore and I like the look of the explosion better. The Commodore's harder to play even on easy. It's very sensitive with the joystick. As soon as I try to go that way I only have to do that and I'm turning around no problem at all. You can have dual players as you can see. I haven't managed to get a power up, but I have played the Commodore off air and I've played the Spectrum. Blocky sprites versus nice pixels. Which one's more playable? Well, which one's more like the arcade I don't know because I haven't got the arcade to compare it to, but let's do a comparison between the two machines and here comes my verdict. I just preferred playing the Spectrum version. It was nice that the Commodore looked slightly larger screen, looks blocky graphics, didn't make up for the sharper graphics, and I did so much better on the Spectrum one. The background sound was nice in the Commodore, but look, straight away you're able to get a power up here. I thought the Spectrum one played better. The scrolling's not bad on the Spectrum, to be honest. The background was better on the Commodore, but I went with my gut this time round. I went with what I enjoyed playing the most, and I enjoyed playing the Spectrum version of the Commodore. Look how easy it is to get the power-ups and weapons on the Spectrum. I mean, once you get the weapons, you're away. You know what I mean? You're able to get into this game and do some real damage. Becomes an easier game. Anyway, it's not for me to play. Yeah, so on this occasion for the Spectrum. And it wasn't a boy's decision, it was a decision based on what I enjoyed playing the most. And that's all there is to it. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Remember, as always, if you do like the Retro Robbins show, please leave a comment. Remember to like, ring the bell if you want to see more videos like this, of course. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd like to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the Retro Robbins show. I hope you can enjoy a bit of retro fun. If you love a bit of 8-bit, well then you're in the right place. You'll love a bit of me. And of course I'll be doing more shows from now on, hopefully once a week, either on a Friday or Saturday. In the meantime, everybody, have a nice working week or weekend, and till we see you again, take care for now. Thanks for watching and bye.